Right then.
Right then. Hello.
Good evening, all, and welcome to our live stream. It's on Tuesday this week because Paul's away for the weekend racing again. He's gone racing mad.
I'm swarming off, and this time I'm racing out of the country.
You are. Where to, Paulie?
I'm in South Wales.
Yeah, South Wales.
In South Wales, see.
But anyway, lots of people in the chat already, so lovely to see you all. I've put that if you are going to ask us any questions, you can ask us anything this evening. It's not just about Marella, our latest cruise we've been on. Whatever you want to know about us, about racing, about motorhoming, about cruise and travel, anything at all, then just throw the questions at us because we're happy to answer them. And please, like I've said here, just make sure we put question at the front of your comments so we can see it in the live stream. So that's great. I want to say straight away as well, we've had quite a few members join. So I want to say hi to Jimmy, who's become a new YouTube member. So thank you so much for all you guys that support us in that way. And we'll talk about that in a little bit later.
So I'm not getting emotional. I just think
You're getting emotional.
No, I just think I got something in my eye.
Oh,
don't worry about it. You carry on.
You carry on. So let's get stuck straight into the questions tonight, and we'll introduce everyone, obviously, as we're going along. So the Magic of Ian Shaw's here, and that's actually Ian's. Yes, Ian's on NCRJ. I can't speak tonight, Paulie.
Right, that's the end of the live because I want to enjoy the silence. Good night.
No,
Ian's on NCRJ.
Yes. So I'm on Mitod, which is Andrea, and she's asking about river cruises. Are you a fan? I was looking at TUI and they seem less expensive. Not convinced though. Well, we've done 2 river cruises now, one with TUI and one with Avalon, and we loved them both, didn't we?
We did. They were very similar and they were very different. And I know that sounds like a weird thing to say. The premise of a river cruise is absolutely brilliant. It's like doing a city break, but you do 5 or 6, one after the other, and it's fab. You wake up in a different place every day. Our only disappointment, which we've said this before, is we used to do a lot of canal boat cruising
in France many years
ago with some great friends.
Yeah.
And what we loved was the daytime sailing, watching the world go by, that sort of thing. You sadly, and for obvious reasons, you don't get that because they do most of their sailing at night. So you wake up in the morning at a new place. But it's just a great place to have little tasters of places that you might never, ever have thought of going. And the prime example for me was Bratislava.
Yes.
We went to Bratislava. I couldn't even tell you what planet Bratislava was on before we went on that river cruise. We went there and it was fabulous, and I would definitely go back there again as a long weekend.
Definitely
in its own right. So it's an ideal way of doing that sort of thing.
Back to river cruising, I think you have to go there. We did don't know if you've seen it, Andrew. We did a video about what to expect or what surprises about river cruising, and that's nearly on. Is it on? About 80,000 views now, because there were certain things like how boats dock close together, be careful about opening your curtains because you don't know who might be looking in. But I think if you go, river cruising is you can't compare it to ocean cruising. It's just a different beast altogether, isn't it?
Totally.
But we enjoy both. And river cruising, if you want to get to, as Paul said about Bratislava, we did a fantastic Danube cruise, which started in Budapest and went all the way to Passau in Germany. And the highlights for me weren't just the cities, it was the little places. We went to that place called Melk. I can't remember the names of the little places. Rudesheim. And all these little places that you would just never travel to unless you were doing a land tour. We've seen so many motorhomes, didn't we? Yeah. People exploring Europe. So it's a fabulous way to, so I thoroughly recommend it. TUI are a good starting point because of their pricing. Because river cruise is notoriously expensive. You're looking at between 1,000 and 2,000 per person just for a week.
Easily. And that's one of the reasons we didn't do it for so long is it was it was ridiculous, the process. And I said to Carole, I can't justify. She said to me, "Oh mate, look at this river cruise. It's £2,000." I thought, well, that's all right, £1,000 each. Oh no, that's £2,000 each. You don't get any drinks for that. It's okay. Well, we put that on the back burner then.
Yeah.
And then it's all of a sudden this TUI one just sort of appeared from nowhere. And Carol's like, "What do you reckon to this?" And I thought, "Well, we paid about 11."
Well, that was a bargain because it came in. We could have got that for $749 if we chose an inside cabin. Well, not an inside. They've just got a porthole cabin. Yes. Sorry, but you know us. We thought, or me. It's like, what other cabins are there? Well, no, Paulie's getting us worse than me now, aren't you? Of picking a luxurious cabin. But more about that next week.
Oh. You're not going to blurt.
I'm not going to blurt anything out.
Blurter, spoiler alert, Slater, as you know.
No,
but no, you and like you said, with what I would say about Tui, the food wasn't as good as Avalon.
No,
but in the evening they had far more going on, and also in the daytime, if you were, if you didn't want to get off or you'd got off and got back on, there's stuff going on. If you love just sitting in quiet time in between your visits, Avalon would be more up your street with the better food. Yeah, for me, the differences between Tui and a luxury cruise like a river cruise like Avalon is the food. If you're a foodie, then Avalon would be more up your street. Entertainment-wise, Tui is like Marella. It's fun quizzes. It's very sort of 3 to 4 star. It's nothing blingy. It's nothing posh. Avalon was far more stylish and far more elegant. Yeah. So it depends what your tastes are. The food was still great on the Tui. Yeah, the food was good. So so that's river cruise. So we're big fans, and we've been looking at doing some more river cruise. We just can't fit it in our schedule. In fact, we were offered a river cruise, invited on a river cruise, and we just couldn't do it, which we were gutted about. Well, I could have done it, but why could you have done it? You were not here. Oh, so Amy's here. Lovely to see Amy from Cloudy Caerphilly. See, is that anywhere near Tembe? No, I think that's further up, isn't it? Hope your week has been good so far. Yes, it has. We've been busy in between cruises. Paul's been busy working on our website, updating all the drinks packages, etc. for Marella. Excuse me, I got Fanta watermelon. I don't know if you've ever tried it. I'm not really sure of it, but it's very gassy. Wow. But you don't need to know that. So we've been very busy. I've got episode 1 of our Marella Voyager in the bag, so that's ready to go on Friday for the general public. The patrons and YouTube members have already got access to that. So it's been a busy week, and we've been trying to get in the garden, but the weather's been bizarre, hasn't it? Today was going to be gardening day, but it's poured with rain, so Paul's been very relieved, haven't you? I don't know what you mean. Yes. So Jack's, good evening, Paul and Carole. Hope you're well from sunny Milford-on-Sea in Hampshire. So that's... I've not heard of Milford-on-Sea, but I know where Hampshire is. What a fine sounding place that is. Yeah, Milford-on-Sea. And Rachel's here too, so lovely to see you. Oh yes, Christine, we've got a little Discord chat in our for all our members, and we chat there every day about cruises and stuff. And Christine's just come back from Saga Spirit of Adventure and had a fabulous time. She loved everything about it, basically, the entertainment, the food. She says she's going to take about 3 months to get rid of all the extra calories that she's had. So lovely to see you here. But yeah, Saga is a quality product. The ships are beautiful. The service was impeccable, and we'd love to do a Saga cruise again. Wouldn't we? Definitely, we would. Yeah. Patrick and Francis are here. They're getting on Celebrity Beyond on Monday, so that's exciting. The Edge class ships are just something else, aren't they? Great. So have a fabulous time. Yes, and I'm sure you enjoy. Kevin's here from Canada. It was nice to see Kevin. He shared a picture in our Discord chat as well as the snow. So yeah, bit different from here. At least we're not having snow. Rachel's asking what's our next adventure. We've got I've just done the thumbnail for our live next week. We've got a big bucket list cruise coming up, which we're going actually 2 weeks on Saturday. And we're announcing that next week on our live. And we've also got some special guests joining us. So sorry, I can't give too much away at the moment, but that will all. Have we got some special guests joining us on that cruise, or we got some special guests joining us on that live? Well, wow. Wait and see. Patrick Francis, have you enjoyed your first view of Voyager vlog? We would like to know, Pauline, where do you put all that food? I know. Wait till you see it on Friday. Well, he went to the buffet to have a little snacklet. But don't say anymore because it's all in our episode on Friday, Paulie. But if I stood up now, I could show them where I bought all the food. That's true. So Andrea's asking about what's the quality of cocktails like on Marella Voyager. Well, Paul's just been updating the post all about it. It's taken you ages, hasn't it? Because prices have gone up. The difference if you pay for a drink over the standard package. Strangely, interjecting, prices, all the prices have gone up for the stuff that's not included on the standard package, but the premium package, the price of the premium package, which means you can get all those things that have gone up free of charge, is substantially less than it used to be. So that's a very, very strange thing, because it was, I mean, you can read all this anyway, but I'll tell you because I like you. It was £20 a day per person to upgrade to the premium package, which gets you virtually everything. It's now £11.33 and 333 recurring. So it's almost 50% less than what it used to be. But if you don't want that and you want to pay the extra on top, it is going to cost you a little bit more. So it's a sort of a swings and roundabouty type thing. Whereas with P&O, they've put all the drinks up and they put all their drinks packages up. Whereas Marella's giving it in one hand and taking it with the other sort of thing. So, but standard wise, I'm not a massive cocktail drinker, but we did have some the one night. And
well, I tried a few, didn't I?
Well, of course you did. The one night we did a show which will be coming up in an episode, which was fantastic. What's it called? The Exchange.
Yes.
Which we'll be telling you about that in one of our episodes coming up soon, which is a must-do thing when you go on Voyager, and you get 3 cocktails included in your night's entertainment.
Yeah.
2 of them we both really liked. One I really didn't like, and one Carole really didn't like. But luckily, it wasn't the same one.
Yeah.
So we had a swapperoo. So we both ended up with 3 cocktails we liked.
But regarding cocktails, as soon as I get on, I look, is there a Bloody Mary? And I looked at and I thought, there's no Bloody Mary. But actually, as soon as I asked one of the barmen, there was, of course you can have a Bloody Mary. Yeah. So actually, if there are cocktails you like, just ask them. And I wasn't charged any more for it. Yeah. Standard cocktails, you had your regular sort of, your daiquiris and your pina coladas and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Was you making the cocktail?
So, yeah, I thought the cocktail choice was good. And each bar has their own special cocktails.
And that's one thing as well, is each individual, like Carl just said, each individual place will have cocktails that you can only get at that bar.
Yeah.
And the electric rooms, which is the nightclubby silent disco place, etc., they use it quite a lot for different things.
Yeah.
They've got quite a comprehensive list of cocktails that you can only get there. Yeah. So it means unfortunately, it does mean you have to go to all the bars.
Yeah. The only one I was disappointed with, I love a porn star martini. And there was a P-Star martini on the electric rooms menu. And I thought, oh, that's going to be a porn star, but it wasn't. Yeah. So that was the only one I was disappointed with. Otherwise, they're very good. Jack's asking, saying, hope the Wi-Fi. As you can see, we're not sat in our usual little office sort of YouTube room, as we call it. We're sat in our front room because we're right by the modem, because we did have some buffering last week, and it really frustrates us, doesn't it? So hopefully, fingers crossed. Alfie's here, so no football tonight then, Alfie?
No, it was last night.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course it was. Gosh. Yes, England was it 5-0 in the end? 6-0? 7. Yeah. Well, 7. Trevor, Johnny and Will here from a very wet Belfast. Oh. So let's whiz down to some questions here then, which I just spotted. Let's see. Now, Tony's asking this question, and I put this up because I don't know the answer to this, and I don't think Paul won't either. So if there's anyone in the comments or in the chat, if you could let Tony know that. He wants to know what's the service like, the wine service. Now, I always had just asked for a Sauvignon Blanc, and that was very good. But if you want to speak to, what do you call them with the little
sommelier.
Sommelier.
I'm actually quite offended that Carole says Paul won't know anything about this.
About the wine service on Celebrity?
Yeah.
Okay, do you?
No, nothing at all.
So if anyone can answer Tony's question, then that'd be really, really, really helpful. Kevin's just brought up about don't forget to vote for some wave awards. Yes, do you know, I've been playing around with StreamYard today. This is very exciting. Well, it's exciting for me. It won't be very exciting for you. But I've discovered how to put banners on. And let me show you, because I was going to mention, I keep forgetting that we've been nominated for the Wave Awards. It's for those of you who don't know, it's the World of Cruising. It happens annually, and people vote for their favorite cruise influencer, they call it. So last year we got into the top 8, which was amazing. So if you do enjoy our content and you want to vote to it first, there is a link in the description below. But I did this banner look, which
so when the screen goes blank now, you know she's pressed the wrong button.
Wave awards. Woo! Not very exciting, is it?
I
But
could
it
have
is for
just
me.
wrote that on some cardboard and
You
gone
could
like
have.
that, couldn't
You
I?
could have.
Wave awards.
But there you are. But if you'd like to vote
anything
for
else
us,
you
that'd be
wanna
great.
put?
No,
No,
that's
not
it.
yet. Oh, she's going to save something for later.
Janet says she's admiring our staircase.
Oh, I'll tell you something. There's no
It was one of the things as soon as we walked in. We've only got a little house 2 up, 2 down. But one of the things as soon as we walked in, we were like, oh, but it is quite noisy.
You won't get this in any other travel blog or live. The stairs is absolutely fantastic to look at. But if you're trying to sneak in late at night or you're trying to get up early in the morning without disturbing anybody.
Paulie, what are you doing? You've got your pajama bottoms on.
Care.
Did he have to demonstrate going up and down the stairs?
So, they look lovely.
But they're a bit noisy. But we love them. So anyway, let's go back to
It might be the weight, I
questions.
don't know.
Yes, could be.
When I said we had pajama bottoms on every time we do a live, I wasn't lying.
Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. So, question, good evening. First time on here. So, welcome to our live streams. Going back to Princess in February, have there been any big changes on Princess since COVID? Now, there's been changes on lots of ships since COVID. I think overall standards aren't what they used to be.
Most
There's
definitely.
cuts being made. Those new to cruising won't notice it, but us cruisers that have been doing it for a long time, and I'm sure those that are experienced in the comments will agree, the standards are still very, very good, but they're not as good as they were. From a Princess point of view, I don't think all the COVID measures, as in, obviously hand washing still going on and all those sort of safety stuff. But from a COVID point of view, there's nothing, you wouldn't know that
if you go on a cruise
issue.
Yeah, if you go on a cruise ship now, you wouldn't know that COVID was even a thing. There's nothing whatsoever in place. You still see, and it still makes me smile, even when we were on the Voyager cruise, you still see somebody walking around, they got their mask like that or like that. You only see about 4 of them.
Yeah.
And you think, and of course, when I say something, Carol says, "Oh, well, you don't know, they could have whatever." I said, "Well, it don't matter what they got, but wearing a mask like that, it don't matter what they got. I ain't doing nothing for them."
It's not the issue wearing a mask. If you're going to wear a mask, wear it properly. I think our biggest frustration is people that walk straight into the MCR and don't wash their hands or put their hands in the. That's not a
COVID thing.
Wrong.
That's just being a dirty dog.
Dirty dog. So let's see.
But what I will say. Sorry to interject again, and sorry to who you were just about to speak to, Sarah. For a long time after COVID, cruise lines were making excuses that the thing is we can't recruit because they recruit all their staff from India and the Philippines and places like that. And it's like, oh, blah, 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 waffle. But the truth is, they've cut staff and, they're trying to run a business. They lost millions and millions and millions of pounds. They're trying to run a business and they're trying to recoup some money. But it will not wash anymore that they can't recruit staff. I do not believe it. I refuse to believe it. And I think the truth is they're trying to get a level of staff where they can just about get by and possibly make a little bit more money, which is why now every time I update something on our website, nothing's ever come down.
No, everything's gone up. So I don't know what that is there, but let's say to Jake, so he says MSC I can never say that. Swarovski style upgraded need for the circuit. Yeah, we need some more bling.
Swarovski?
Yes, that's it. Oh. Lisa is here. Hi, Lisa. She's going on a Mediterranean cruise from Lisbon to Rome on Silversea next June. Have you got a suite in the front of the ship and I'm worried about seasickness? Is that a rough route?
Oh,
no, Lisbon to Rome.
It's one of the worst ones, I think, isn't it?
No, not really. Lisbon, obviously, you're out in the Atlantic, so that first bit until you come around the corner past Gibraltar into the Med, the Atlantic can be unpredictable. The Med can be unpredictable. You say you're June, so June, the weather should be fairly good. That's
the best time to do it, yeah.
So, having a cabin near the front of the ship, yes, you are prone to more movement. I would just make sure that you've got your seasickness tablets on board when you get on, just in case you need them. But yeah, it's difficult to say, but the chances are higher if you are near the front. Yeah. Right. And now let's go back up to Scott says it reminds me of paper clips for some reason. Paper clip. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. And Kevin said those stairs are really noisy. They are. Oh, right. Amanda's here asking about Anthem of the Seas. You both look really well. Thank you. We look forward to our trip to Norway on Anthem of the Seas in 2 weeks. I've heard that MD are not as good since they've changed the menus. Yeah, don't know. We went on Anthem when I retired, the week after I retired, wasn't it? So that was 2012. So it's 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Next month.
I know that I've been retired. It's the best decision ever.
And it'll be 14 years ago next month that I started my own business. So in effect, it was 14 years ago next month that I retired.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, right. So if anyone's in the chat who's been on Anthem since they've changed the menus, then do let us know.
But I will say that when we went on Anthem, we were only on for 4 nights, weren't we?
We were. We went to the MDR. It was really good.
But I only think we only went there once, didn't we? Because we did because you retired, we did a couple of specialities because we did the
Japanese on Anthem was amazing.
The Japanese, which was fantastic, and what was even better is they forgot to charge.
They did. What was it called?
Forgotten. And we did Wonderland.
Yes.
Which is absolutely bonkers, and I'd say I don't know how much it is now is the problem, but it was definitely an experience.
It was £50 a person.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was quite expensive. So yeah, but
it's like you go into Alice in the Wonderland world,
and nothing
for a special treat. It's amazing, but it is expensive.
Nothing is what it appears to be.
Alfie's saying that when he was a celebrity, it seemed like every time he looked away, his glass was magically filled. That's lovely, isn't it? I like that. Tina's here. Always love to see Tina. Well, more of a statement. Thanks for letting us meet Dan. He's been an absolute godsend. After my September cruise has been really messed up, he guided me to help put it right. Yeah, Dan, for those who don't know, Dan is he won't be joining our live tonight because he's on a cruise. He's on Sky Princess. Check it out for our group cruise.
Sorry. I didn't know we told him it was on the Sky Princess.
We did, don't you? Maybe joke then after my big mouth.
Mrs. Foghorn.
So Dan is currently on Sky Princess. So if you want to follow him on Instagram, Dan the Cruiser, do, because he's putting a lot on there.
And hot off the press, brand new menus in the main dining
rooms. Brand new menus. So he's been sharing with us. We've been looking at venues where we can do all our group meets and stuff. So he's stalking the place as we speak.
At the minute, with the amount of people we got, it's in a broom cupboard.
No, we're talking about. Well,
we're currently very, very pleased with the amount of interest we've had.
If you going back to my banners. Look, I did another banner. Talk about our group cruise. Woo! It's not very exciting, is it really?
She spent about 5 hours doing
it. Today I've been sussing out trying to do different things with different things.
Like you've got any blogs to get on with, is it really?
But going back to our group cruise, if you want to join us in 2025, pre-registration's open so that Dan can get all the information in before booking opens on the 1st of July. Just click the link in the description below, go to our group cruise or search Paul and Carole Love to Travel group cruise, and you'll be taken to the page and you'll see all the details about it. But we've been overwhelmed with the amount of people that have pre-registered. It's been actually so heartwarming. I feel quite emotional. I'm going to be a bit of a blubbing wreck, I reckon, on that thing, because I'm going to find it so overwhelming.
I mean, I think probably the best thing to do is if there is a lot of people that maybe like you go off for one lot and I go off for the other, then I'm going to put up with you blubbing.
But anyway,
I'm going to take all the cider drinkers off of me.
So let's see. Gosh, there's so many questions in here. David's asking about P&O. I'm on P&O very soon. First time since COVID. I've heard they really cut down on crew members. Will I notice a difference? I think you will, David. I think when we were on Iona, we had a great time. We thoroughly enjoyed Iona, but we felt that the service was efficient, and in most places there was enough staff to serve us. I just felt the service was very bland. It was like the staff didn't want to be there. When you compare that to Marella, Marella were like, it was so.
It was like party time on Marella. Yeah. But what I will say is I don't remember, because we obviously went on in February. It was half term and it was bonkers. There was about as many people on there as you could get. Izumi. Sorry, I'm just reading.
Yes.
I don't remember the service being slow, but what I do remember is, like Carol said, the service was very bland and nobody was very smiley and nobody was very chatty. But my biggest bugbear with Iona is, if that's what you're going on, was the app for booking shows and dining venues and stuff like that, which just failed miserably. So my piece of advice I would give to you, if you haven't heard me say this before, is try and do what you can with the app, but don't believe it, because the app is a big fat liar. And it will say, you'll say, well, no, I'm just forewarned. If you want to go to like the whatever it's called, like Keen and Cow, and it says there's 35 people waiting, don't believe that. Go there yourself.
Yeah.
Go to the lectern where Hannibal stood. See what I did there? Hannibal lectern.
No.
And just ask him.
Yeah.
And we did that. There was 35 people in front of us in the queue.
And it wasn't.
We went to Hannibal lectern, and there was no, you can come straight in, mate. There was only about 3 people in the restaurant.
Yeah. So don't always believe what you see on the app. Go and speak to a human. Yes. And that really worked well for us on Iona, and we got to see and do everything that we wanted to do.
But we had a fabulous time.
We really enjoyed. We'll definitely do P&O again. I like to try Avia, and I like to try Avia in the Caribbean. I'd like to try. We're always doing obviously P&O out of the UK, and we tend to do it in the winter. So it'd be good to do a hot cruise on P&O, and I definitely would like to do Avia. So Amanda's saying that the Japanese on Anthem is Azumi. So let me go back up, because there was a few questions that I whizzed past Philip is here again, so that's good. Oh, we're in competition with the cricket. There we go. What do you got to say about that?
I haven't got anything to say. I don't like cricket. I don't like cricket. Oh no.
Right.
Name that tune then, Google Claire.
So let's see. Where was I?
It must be getting quite tight with the cricket now, because I've had stuff flash up on my iPad saying they only need 2 wickets or something to win the first rubber or whatever cricket's called.
First rubber?
Yeah.
So, I don't think that's a technical cricket term, is it?
No, it's a term for something. Like Carole.
Well, I know it's a term for something, but it's not to do with cricket.
No, it's to do with sport, though.
Is it? Well,
yes, it is.
I suppose you could call it a bit of sport.
Yes, it is.
Oh!
No, it really is.
Johnny and Will, who we were on the Marella Voyager, they've got their wee pups. Whenever I read in there, I follow them on Instagram and read their posts. I do it in an Irish accent. It's lovely.
And it's a terrible Irish accent. I do.
Yeah, they got 2 little dogs that they were so happy to go home and see, and they're ready to watch us. Look, so the dogs are watching too. Marco saying, thanks so much for all your brilliant content about Marella Voyager. Thank you. We've now got 4 cabin reviews out. We're working on episode 1 is out on Friday. I'm working on episode 2. So you can show you our experience on board. And we obviously got our 2 previous lives. If you want to know more about Marella, we talked a lot about Marella in our 2 previous lives. So do go and check that out. So Hawks Travels here, Jim and Dwayne. So right then, we've got our first bit of merch coming our way, haven't we, soon? So that's good. I'm sorry. This is Windy Willow, isn't it?
No, it's not that, mate.
It's Fanta.
That. It's that.
Ah! So, right. Next question. Let's see. Amanda's here too. So, made it this time. And Melanie's saying thank you for your content. Thank you. Thank you for watching. And thank you all for being here. I'm chatting. It's great. And Catherine's managed to catch you live too. So that's good. Yes, Google Claire is in the house. Look.
I knew she was in there. That's why I said she I don't know if she's got the answer to that song yet, but we'll find out.
Yeah, this is a good point. Someone was asking me, I think it was Carla. Yeah, Andy and Carla. Carla on our Patreon was asking about the wine packages. Now, we've got a lot of information about the drinks packages, but we didn't see anything. And I went through all my photos and all the information that we got off P&O, and I couldn't find anything about the wine packages. So if you do know, Carla's asking whether it's 6 or 12 bottles you can buy, and are they still available? So anyone that's been on P&O recently, if you could let us know in the comments, then that'd be really, really helpful. So Marco, so we're not super keen on being surrounded by kids. No offense to anyone with kiddos. Did you spend any time in the veranda? Any good? Don't suppose you know how much it is to hire a cabana. Yes, we do. So to hire a cabana, and a cabana basically is just a circular
It's like
pod. It's like a pod, isn't it? More than that looks out to sea.
For any of the older generation, it's very reminiscent of an old school pram, and it's like a pod, like a sort of. No, it is. And when I explain this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's like an oval sort of pod, like an egg-shaped pod that's all open to the elements, but you've got like a half moon cover that comes out.
Yes,
and when
true.
you pull this up, it looks like an old pram or a pushchair or whatever people call them these days.
Yeah,
but
it's true. It does.
They are very expensive, but the perks you get is absolutely zero. Nothing.
Because you book it through the spa. We're talking about the veranda on Marella Voyager. You book it through the spa. If you want to have it for the week, it's £245, and if you want it for one day, it's £100. We thought it was really dear, because all you get is your 2 sunbeds, and you'll see in episode 2, because we show you around the veranda and show you the cabanas. Now, the veranda area is right at the front of the ship, up from the pool deck, because the pool deck on Marella gets crazy mad. They're always doing quizzes. Every time we were up there was quiz after quiz after quiz. If you love that, that's great. And we did join in with a few, but often we like a bit of quiet. So we went up to the veranda. It does get busy, but beds were available when we went there. We found the one in the corner, didn't we? And we sat there. There's no shade. So we only lasted about half an hour, didn't we? But it is very quiet. So yeah, but that's free. The veranda's free to use, but if you want your own private cabana, we couldn't see anyone using the cabanas at all, because we were naughty, but we were looking over from the stairs to see if we could get some photos inside, and Paul managed to get some. So well, I
was fairly confident I would get some photos without any people in there, because of how much it costs to go in there.
Yeah, very dear. So Luby's question, can't be convinced having to book the group. He said he doesn't want to be with people all the time. You don't have to be with people all the time.
You can hang out with me, because I got to be honest, I don't want to be speaking to anybody when I'm on there. So as long as he likes cider, tell him we'll just have a lot of quiet. Well, no, you can do whatever you want.
If you want to just kind of say hi once, and then you would never want to see us again, not a problem.
You don't even have to come and say hi once if you don't want to.
If you want to join in, we're planning some group activities, some group quizzes and different things. If you want to join in with that, you can. We're looking at doing some possibly karaoke and just sort of pre-dinner drinks and things, but you don't have to be involved in any of it. So please don't feel, if you come on a group cruise, that you're going to be pressured into doing stuff, because you're not. And
we're going to do a relay race around the running track, aren't we? With everybody involved, pass the baton. So it'll only be 2 lanes. Rock climbing.
No.
We're going to get a volunteer to try and do some chimney sweeping in one of the funnels.
Oh, dear. And Kevin's kind of saying, if you're interested in more of Paul and Carole, then do check out our Patreon. Yes, I've got another banner. This is all really exciting. So, look at this. And I made this like a ticker tape. Can you see? How cool is that? I just want to say, for the people that don't know about our Patreon and YouTube membership, you'll be the first to book our cruise, which opens on the 1st of July. You get early access to our videos. You get access to our Discord chat. You get members-only live streams, and you get Zoom chats with us and other things. So if you haven't considered it, then please do. Anyway, back to the comments. My banners have worked well, haven't they, Paul?
They've been fantastic. Yeah, it was worth every minute.
I was so excited when I did them earlier. Paul was like, great.
There's that second episode coming on, mate, or nothing, but it took me 3 hours. And look at this. I got this ticker tape going along the bottom.
I know. Matt's saying he's back from NCL Prima. It does look a fabulous ship. Brilliant ship, but caught the COVID on travel, so feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, sadly, that does happen from time to time. We've had it twice now, haven't we? After travels, but touch wood, we haven't had it for a long while, so that's good. Thank you. Martha saying our flight for a... Oh, see that? Watermelon! Fanta! Oh, take it away, Paulie. I might have to go and get some water.
Well, no, I'm going to leave the Fanta and take you away, I think.
So our flight from America lands at 8:30 p.m. Should we fly from somewhere else and arrive earlier? My answer to that is no, only because with Marella and Tui, it's all a package. So you actually turn up to the ship on your own might cause a bit of difficulty because you're not within the group.
Yeah, but that's like 8:30 p.m. They've lost like a whole day, haven't they, nearly?
Yeah, but there was a couple of our cruise was late going because there was 2 flights that were late. Where are you going now?
I've had enough of this, mate. You sat there burping. Like
Can you get some water, please?
That's where I'm going.
So yeah, That's a difficult one. As Tui and Marella do packages, I don't know how difficult that will be. So they do, I think, depends on where you're flying from. Is there an alternative airport that's coming in? Because they do they do Cardiff, Bristol, Birmingham, Newcastle. So if there's another, thank you very much. There's another airport. See if you could get it swapped to an earlier flight. That would be, but I would still keep it in the package because that's what Marella do.
Well, there's it is a shame because obviously it's all part of the package, but that is.
But what time are you getting off on the last day? Because we were off, we got there quite early, didn't we? We got there about 11 o'clock, but our flight was 6 in the morning. It was really early. But then there was people that were staying on the ship that day, another half a day, weren't they? Yeah. They could enjoy the facilities. So I think it works both ways.
Because I'd be gutted if you're getting there at 8:30 in the evening, but then your flight's 8 o'clock in the morning on your last day. That's like a real bummer.
And that's one thing Marella do really well is they don't kick you off at 8 in the morning. So if your flight's at 4:30, your transfer to the airport might be at 1:30, but you stay on the ship until then. And the new passengers are getting on. You have to get out of your cabin, obviously. And you just get your but you can still enjoy all the facilities. So actually that might but
I wouldn't be happy with getting there at 8:30.
No, that's frustrating. Just want to say that. Oh, let me get that up. So thank you, Katie Webb, for becoming a YouTube member. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. So let's see, where are we?
Has Claire answered that song question yet? Let's scroll to the bottom.
Let me scroll to the bottom and see what we've got. It goes so fast, doesn't it? So let's Frankie Jem from New Mexico are here. So glad to see you live. Lovely to see you here. So thank you so much for coming.
Oh, there's lots of information about wine there as well. Now you scroll to the bottom.
Brilliant. So thank you. So A Life in the Park. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one then. A Life in the Parks is saying about the wine packages. So that should answer your question, Carla. So thank you so much for that. So that is expensive, isn't it? And like say on P&O, as there are the wine package, $149 for 6.
So it's like 25.
That is a lot. That is quite expensive, isn't it? Let's see. Marco said the ticker tape looks awesome. Thank you, Marco.
Don't encourage it.
Yes,
Marco.
and Kevin does. Woo-hoo. Yes, Sherry, I can change it any color I want. How exciting is that? Right. So Claire saying this is such a thrill to learn something new and then use it to death. Yes. And Sherry said she promises to hit the thumbs up after getting off her phone. Please give us a thumbs up because then YouTube knows that you're enjoying our live. So that would be good. Rosemary's asked, I went on and couldn't find out to vote. If you click the link on the Wave Awards, you get taken to the World of Cruising website, and then a questionnaire then comes up. So, yes. What is?
Well, I'm looking. Claire said she didn't need to Google it, so she must have answered it. But it must be further up.
Further up. Can you see it?
No. Well, it's going to have her name on it. Go on, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Do you see?
Oh, where is it? No, that's it, isn't it? Because we've gone that.
England lost it, they? Oh. Dreadlock Holiday, 10cc. There she is.
Yes.
So obviously England don't like cricket either.
So, yes, and Corinne's right too. So they're talking about still talking about the small ship, aren't you, with Silversea? Australia's on bucket list would definitely get midship if we do, but we were so happy with the larger front suite. I couldn't burst his bum and say, well, Karen Paul said. No, and it'd be fine. If I was going around Australia again, I would definitely do it on a bigger ship and definitely be midship because we had some, the waters around Australia, depending on your going, can be very, very rough. Scott is saying, Arvia got a good Christmas and New Year. Do you know, after people love going on a Christmas cruise, and we did our first one with Azamara, and it was a mixed feelings for me. I really missed family, didn't I? And I really got quite homesick on the major days. So this year we're planning to be home for Christmas and New Year, and then go away. Well, we've got quite a big trip planned for February, March, haven't we? So that's in the making at the moment. You know. So we've got.
I just nod my head.
So Paul has become a new member too. So that's brilliant. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. So let's see. So Rebecca is asking, Daniel trying to describe Princess Carole, what's his YouTube name to follow? He is Dan the Cruiser, but on YouTube, I presume he's the same. But I will have a check to, I don't know if you can have a...
Yeah, I can do that one. Yeah, you carry on. You know, if I start looking, you could put another banner up, couldn't you?
I could.
Maybe you could have Paul's Googling the answer banner.
I didn't think of that.
So am I doing it?
No, I think I've already assessed it. He is Dan the Cruiser. DAN THE. Well, everyone knows how to spell it. Ah, dear.
Are you seriously telling people how to spell Dan the Cruiser?
I am. So let's see. Libby's asking, my flight to Palma's at 7 a.m. The ship sails at 10 p.m. Will I be able to go and visit the cathedral? Yes. Yeah. You had to be on, I think it was 9:30. Everyone had to be back on board. What? We chose not to. We chose to explore the ship.
But obviously what I would do is get on, get everything sorted, and, you know, do your mustard station.
Well, muster was done. You have to watch it on the. We're so glad that Marella hasn't reverted back to some cruise lines have. You watch it either on your app on the telephone, the Navigate app, which is very good, and you can upload that as soon as you get on board, or you can watch it on the TV in your cabin. And then at 9:30, it was late, wasn't it? We all had to go to our muster station, so you won't miss that.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely.
Muster was late.
You'll have plenty of time. We could see the cathedral from our balcony. But,
yeah, look lovely. We didn't get a chance to get to Palma.
We were just too excited.
We were.
Because we were on the Maiden. It was a new ship.
Yeah.
And we were just like a dog with two tails.
Frankie Jenny makes a question. Would you cruise Carnival again? Yes. We're thinking about trying it, but maybe Princess would be a better choice. Now, comparing Carnival to Princess is like comparing apples and raspberries. That's not good, is it? But they're complete different things.
As soon as Carole started doing an analogy,
you knew it was going
to go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
It's like comparing apples to a hand grenade. Well, in all fairness, that is quite a good analogy.
So Princess, we love Princess. The app's frustrating at times, but take the app away, the Ocean Medallion and Princess are a quality product. Carnival are a quality product, but Carnival are a very much more party atmosphere, very loud.
I think everybody should try Carnival at least once, but they want to do that ship we went, which is the newest one, the Celebration, is an absolute
beautiful ship,
which is a very similar to Iona, as in. It's the same ship, but they've just done different things with it. But
they've done a better job than Iona.
They have done a better job than Iona, but it's a fabulous ship, and it is so much fun. You might go on there and never talk to me again. Yes. But I think that everybody should try it. I thought it was fantastic.
Royal Caribbean are a lot of fun, aren't they? And there's lots of stuff going around. So Carnival, I'd say, what we did find with Carnival on Celebration and what we loved is you could find pockets of quiet. And I loved that because you could go to the centre stage and join in with all the mad sort of entertainment and the game shows and the quizzes and stuff. But then if you wanted to go and sit in a quiet corner, there was plenty of them, weren't there? Yeah. Where you could just sit quiet. So I think they had that balance really well. Outside space is different. We sailed obviously out of Miami, so it was hot and the outside spaces get really busy. If it was somewhere cold on a Carnival and you didn't have that outside space, I don't know. You could find the odd quiet spot outside, but not.
But if you are going to go on one of the Carnival ships with the roller coaster on, make sure you book it for a port day.
Yeah. You tried, didn't you? Every day.
I booked it 3 times and it kept getting cancelled because it was windy.
No, it wasn't me being windy. Glenn's saying orange is your colour. Oh.
Do you know, I wore an orange shirt to racing on the weekend. And it was out in the countryside, and within about 5 minutes, I was covered in black flies. I felt like a rose, I did.
Yeah.
I had to change my shirt. I was getting scared. I was. I think the flies were going to eat me.
Lou B saying about her husband about the group cruise said, "Thank you. He's not antisocial, but sometimes just likes his own space." Which, yeah, I'm like that. You know, I'm very much like I like my own space. P.S. I'm the cider drinker, so if you have to put up with Lou.
Well, that's all right.
Ah,
that's good for you, Lou, because that means you won't have to put up with Carole.
So lots of discussions about forward facing. We've never had a forward. We nearly booked a forward facing cabin, didn't we? And then I thought, oh no, but I think we need to try one, don't we? But like you say, if it's sort of winter time and you're on a smaller ship, I'd be very cautious. But it'll be interesting to see. You'll have to let us know. Yeah. So that's let's go back down to. Yeah, like at the park saying it was too expensive. We just bought our own booze from each port. See, we've always with P&O you can take alcohol on. You can't with Marella, but you can with P&O. So if you can just clarify, like in the parks, that you bought it actually on and they didn't take it off you when they went through the scanner.
Well,
because that's what we've seen people have bought booze on and they've had it taken off and then given it back at the end of the cruise.
Yeah, you get given a ticket and then you get it, you either get it the last night. But having said that, we went to. What's the place called with the monkeys on the mountains? Gibraltar. And booze there is absolutely dirt cheap. It's embarrassingly cheap. But when we went, we thought, we don't really need anything for home and we don't want to buy it to have it taken off us to giving us back on the last day. And it was like, like £6 for a litre of pink gin or something. It was bonkers. And so we didn't buy anything. We got chatting to a lady that night. She said, "Oh yeah, I bought like 2 bottles of pink gin. I bought this, I bought that, I bought something else. If you want one, just give me what you paid for it." And I said, "What do you mean if I want one?" She said, "Well, it's all in my cabin. They didn't take anything off us at all. It all went through the scanner, went out the other side. There's your bags." That was on
Cunard, wasn't it?
That was on Cunard, yeah.
Queen Victoria. No. Was it Queen Victoria?
Well, it was Queen something. I'm fairly confident.
It was Queen something.
But so it depends what the cruise line is. But in general, if you'd have asked me that before we witnessed it with our own eyes, I'd have said, "You've got no chance."
Yeah. So let us know. Let us know how you did that. Patricia's saying your hair looks better tonight.
Yeah, but if you'd have seen it 2 minutes before we started, I mean, you can still see where I got it's just I don't like it. It's just weird. But I put some gel through it. And I got a nice tan as well from going all day and racing on the weekend and stuff.
And not putting a sun cream on.
I did. I put 30. I put factor 30 on.
And then Carla said, "Thanks for answering my question." Yeah, that's what we love about these lives because we don't know everything. And there's always someone in the comments that do. So
we don't know anything.
Well,
we don't know everything. We don't know anything.
Darren said, "Do you look like someone from the Pet Shop Boys?" With his what's his name? Pet Shop Boys.
Well, there's only two. There's Neil Tennant and
the other one wears a hat.
And there's the bloke that nobody knows the name of. Go on then, Claire. Who is it?
Yes, who's the other guy in Pet Shop Boys? We've seen them twice actually.
And they were fabulous.
Excellent, absolutely excellent. We digressed.
I'm trying to think what his name is now. His name's Chris. So Chris. Is it Chris Lowe? Claire, tell me. Come on, Claire, help me out.
Yeah, Kevin's just sharing. There's a few people asking about Dan's. If you go to our website and you want to contact him, you can do that via our booking form. So that's really, really helpful too. He's brilliant. I know we were very biased, but we're not very biased. We've been using him for a couple of years, and he is absolutely spot on.
Wouldn't recommend him if he wasn't good.
No,
we do things based on our experience. We've used all sorts. We've done things ourselves.
Yeah,
and things have never ran so smoothly as since we've been using Dan. And I know when he watches this, his little head will be going bigger.
Yeah, no, he's been great.
But he's a lovely, lovely man and good at his job.
There was someone asking about an inside cabin on Sky Princess, and I can't see the comment now. But Dan's actually in a corner suite on the back, him and his dad, and they got the big family. They got the 2 cabins, and it's amazing. Well, we know what it's been like because that's when we met.
First time we ever met him.
Yeah, they had a corner
suite on the Sky Princess.
And amazing. So and he's off up in Norway, and it looks they've had good weather so far.
And even the first time we met him, it was days into the cruise before he even mentioned what he did.
Yeah.
And at no point, I mean, we get people all the time, "Oh, you want to use me, I can do this, I can do that." At no point did Dan or his dad try and like worm their way in. They were just nice guys, and obviously once they mentioned what they did, and then me and Carla chat, we ought to speak to Dan, but he was just the
when we
most
got home, wasn't it?
unassuming, unpushy.
Yeah, exactly
Which is what we like.
Rosemary's been on the Arby's, so they pin out as rubbish, but the buffet and the 6th Street Diner. Yeah, 6th Street Diner is a new concept they don't have on Iona. I'd like to do
Arvia, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Marcus says that they were worried that they'd be too drunk at the 9 p.m. muster, having been in the bars all day.
Well,
just have some
it's
control.
their fault. No, you don't have to have any control. It's their, if they have the muster at 9 o'clock at night, that's their silly fault, isn't it?
So, Stuart's saying, question, which line would you like to reconsider for a cruise? We did a Virgin Voyage transatlantic, loved it. Reconsidered another cruise with them. Seriously loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed Virgin Voyages. Paul enjoyed elements of it, but it's hard to get Paul on another Virgin cruise. I would like to try Virgin in a hot climate because we did one's from Southampton and one from Portsmouth. And the weather was okay-ish, wasn't it, on the one? Yeah. And the other one was wet. So I think it'll be quite a different experience in the sunshine.
Yeah, but you say that. They got a swimming pool that's about as big as our dining room table. I think it'd be worse in a hot climate because you've got nowhere to cool off. I see stuff all the time on Instagram and they're putting stuff on and it just seems to be the same old, like the entertainment line up the stairs in the middle bit. Apparently they got new shows now, but they haven't got a theatre, and it would have to be properly cheap for me to want to try it again.
Yeah,
and that's
I'd like to try it again.
It's like the drinks, it's like bananas money. Just like, oh, we'll give you 17,000 sailors' loots, which is enough for a beer.
No, it's not that, dear. Well, we got all if you want to know the prices of Virgin Voyages drinks, we've got it on our website, haven't we? So,
but sit down to read them.
Yes, they're not cheap. So, Life Park says no. I was in the carriers. They didn't care. We bring spirits and beer on board without an issue. Wow, good to know. Thank you. Magic V and Shaw saying C6 patches were very popular on Silversea. They can prescribe them by your GP or buy them from a pharmacy. The last 3 days, about £15 a pack. Yeah. So Andrew's just saying about Silversea. We want to get on Silversea, but we just haven't found the right price yet, have we?
No.
Exploring with Eric's here. Always love to see Eric.
Eric.
Best thing about Europe cruises. So I'm not sure what that's relating to, but
no. Well, I'd like to thank people on Discord who gave me such encouraging words at my at my racing efforts on the weekend. Which I haven't done a lot of racing over the last sort of couple of years, so it was nice to sort of get back in the swing. But properly in at the deep end this coming weekend because it's first round of the British Championship. So
but you got fifth, didn't you, in the final, which is fab.
Final. I won't get anywhere near the final this weekend, but
you never know.
But you never know. But thoroughly looking forward to it because obviously it's not just about the actual racing, which I love, but obviously you get to see some of the best drivers and cars in the whole of the UK.
And I've got a really quiet weekend and I'm so looking forward to it again. Just gardening and titivating, doing my blogs. Explore with Eric saying, bring your own booze. Same on NCR, no questions asked. Well, Jack's asking about off on MSC World Europa on Friday. Any MSC tips? And will you go on Virgin Voyages again?
That's Hopefully, Jake. That's Jake, by the way.
Oh, Jake. Sorry. We've answered the Virgin Voyage one just a few minutes ago. MSC tips.
What was that ship that was parked behind us on Marella, which looked awesome?
Oh yes, it was the World Europa.
Oh my god.
We were in Barcelona and we went to there's a lovely area, it's a smoking area, but there's a little aft bit where you can get some great views. I don't know if you've seen our reel on Instagram where Paul's got his 360 out and you can actually see us and then you can see the Marella Voyager sign. Just check out our Instagram for that. And if you are on Instagram, just follow us as there because we share a lot of our stuff there too. And we looked at the ship, and you know when you look at a ship, you think, "Oh, that's a sexy ship."
It looks mean and moody and sexy. All sorts of stuff all at the same time.
So this is the new class of ship that MSC are bringing out. So it looks absolutely fantastic. From an MSC tips point of view, we haven't done one for a couple of years, have we? We did it on Virtuosa. I think from a dining point of view, the main dining room was good, but the specialty restaurants that we tried were good. We had the Mexican, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I just think a lot of people that we speak to say that the main dining's just a bit sucky, to be honest, and it's a lot of queues. And,
yeah.
and
so it'll be interesting to see what you think, Jake, and let us know if it's any different on World
But obviously
Europa.
that was on Virtuosa, so
yeah.
But I got, but this is a scary thing now, because I probably criticise the two lines I criticise the most is probably MSC and Virgin, but I feel that I'd be more likely to try MSC again before I would try Virgin again.
I would love to try one of the Seaside, those or the newer ships with MSC, if it was the price was right. And what MSC do really well is they are cheap. And so if you want to try cruising just to see if you like that concept of cruising, then, you know, MSC and people love them.
Yeah.
You know, it's horses for course, and everyone's very, very different.
Oh my God, you actually did an analogy that was right. Horses for courses. Yeah, because you used to say it's horses for a coconut shy, you know, or something like that.
Oh, right.
Somebody was asking, have I organised an order of Thatcher's Go for the group cruise?
Where's that then?
Well, I just didn't, mate. I saw Thatcher's Go and my eyes lit up.
With Pet Shop Boys, has anyone said about?
It's Neil Tennant, and I'm sure it's Chris Lowe, isn't it?
Okay, where are we? I'm lost. Sorry about this. Thank you. You should go to. Oh,
I'll see that sheet.
I'm going the wrong way. Stuart says Chris Lower. Is it Chris Lower? Chris Lowe.
I think it's
Chris Lowe.
Oh, so I was right.
Yeah, so they're all coming in. Jake said, and Google Claire's there.
I beat Google Claire.
And Darren said. And Lifeboat, so they had a forward-facing penthouse suite on the NCL Pearl. It was incredible. Yeah. And Johnny and Will was catching up on your vlogs and kind of, it looks a lot of fun and definitely something we might try soon. Let us know if you are planning it, boys, because we'd love to do another carnival cruise, and that'd be great fun to do it with you two.
Definitely.
So let us know.
One below. Let me answer that one below. Let me tell you, Amanda, about my Igloo cruise experience. We booked a cruise with Igloo, which was cancelled, which wasn't their fault, and it was a COVID thing. And then it was moved. And then we paid the balance, and then it was cancelled again. And then it was moved, and it ended up going a year after the initial one. It was on Sky, and it was a Halloween cruise. And about a month before we were due to go, Igloo phoned me, and they said, "Oh, just to let you know, Mr. Morgan, you still owe us £500 for your cruise." It's like, "Well, no, I don't, because I paid you in January." "Oh, yeah, but no, you didn't pay all of it." I said, "No, I did. I paid the full balance." "Yeah, but what it was is you had some future cruise credit, but that future cruise credit has been used on something else. So you've obviously booked another Princess cruise, which we had." I spoke to our then travel agent, who I won't name names. They couldn't shed any light on it. So I ended up having to pay this money. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be allowed to go on the cruise. And then about 2 months later, I had an email from Igloo Cruises saying, "Don't forget, you've still got £500 future cruise credit with Princess." So basically, they had my pants down for £500. And by the time they emailed me, the cut-off date for me to use this £500 future cruise credit was like the middle of next week. So basically, I lost 500 quid, and they were a waste of time. But
that's our experience.
Don't let that influence you.
No, it's our experience. So
that's why we use Dan, because
exactly.
Dan is like, you could phone Igloo 100 times
and not speak to the same person. That's why we like to name person that we know, and he knows us. And he knows us so well.
Igloo might be a little bit cheaper, but your customer service, and we have been getting emailed from Igloo Cruises time and time again, asking us to work with them, and we've said no every time, because even though they want to pay us, we refuse to try and encourage you to use them. But we would base your own commission, but I don't want to earn commission off something that I wouldn't use myself.
Well, we would never recommend, and I think you all know that out there, guys, that we try and say it as it is, and we would never recommend something we haven't tried
It's
ourselves.
like
and
Carole would never now recommend watermelon.
No, I'm not convinced. Yeah,
watermelon Fanta because it makes you burpy.
It does make you burpy. So let's see, because it's nearly hours up already. It goes far too quick. So Martha's out. Thank you for answering. We haven't booked Marella yet, so we'll look at alternative airport. Local is Leeds, so Mankin and Newcastle both okay. Yes, so that's so brilliant. So I'm glad that's been helpful. And Janet, we booked 2 cruises with Dan, excellent service, lovely guy. He is. And Kevin said, if you want to look at all our stuff, we've got a lot of Virgin Voyages stuff. So thank you, Kevin. Kevin's brilliant. He shares all our links and stuff. So thank you, Kevin. Appreciate
Kevin
that.
knows more about Paul and Carla Love to Travel than I do, but I know nothing. So that doesn't take a lot, does it? Really?
Libby's just asking what you have to do with muster. Basically, Libby, you have to watch a safety video, and then you have to go and get your cruise card tapped, basically to verify that you've watched it. Yeah. It used to be that you had to stand there while someone gave you a demonstration on how to put a life jacket on and go through all the safety things. But everyone has to complete, before a cruise ship can set sail, everyone has to complete a safety drill, because it's the law, it's the rules of the sea. It's
the maritime law. But a brief answer to your question, on most cruise lines now, you have to do virtually nothing. You just have to rock up with your card and you say, yes, I've watched the muster video, mister. They scan your card.
We always do it while we're unpacking.
Do
you know what I mean? Because you can do that, and because we're seasoned cruisers. If you're new, then we recommend that you do study it.
Back in the day, which you youngsters will remember, they used to make you put your life jacket on.
Yeah, and you had to go and wear it.
We went on Saga, and I have to say, I don't know what Saga. Well, actually, there's a lady who's been on Saga, so she'll be able to answer this question for me. We went on Saga, and I have to say, I loved the cruise we did, but it was one of the worst.
That's true, actually.
Processes we've ever had. And then bearing in mind, we were the youngest people on Saga. There was a guy on, and they wouldn't even let you
use the lift.
They wouldn't let you use the lift. But my dad was on a mobility scooter, so they begrudgingly let him use the lift. And then he had passengers moaning at him, saying, "You shouldn't be using the lift."
It's like,
and I turned around to this one and said, "What do you want me to do then, mate? Do you want me to carry my dad down the stairs and his scooter under my arm?" But this guy was 91, and he had to go down about 4 flights of stairs. I didn't even think we were going to make it out of the port, to be honest, because I thought, well, the people are going to keel over. And they make you all walk to this place. And then even more frustratingly, they won't let you use the lift to go back again. So hopefully they address that now.
Let us know, Chris, because you obviously just come off Spirit of Adventure. So let's see. I didn't see Sandra was in there. So hi, Sandra. We thought the restaurant menus would be samey on a longer Voyages cruise, especially if you pick it and have limited options. The galley is quite limited in the evenings. Yeah, because we've only done short cruises, haven't we? Scottish is asking, is that a first model Corsa you drive?
It's a Corsa B, which they kept. Well, funny enough, for Johnny and Will, I'm sure they called a Vauxhall Nova a Corsa in Ireland. But the car I race is I have got a Vauxhall Nova, but the one I'm currently racing is a Corsa B. And the other car that featured, which I asked if people knew the name of, but my Wi-Fi was so bad I couldn't answer it, which was the black car that had the big V8 in the back, was a Austin Metro. So there you go.
Oh, Ant and Glenn are here. Lovely to see you guys. And Glenn. Yeah, of course, Glenn Gifford I didn't recognise because of the picture. Because I need to clean my glasses. But anyway, if you don't know Ant and Glenn, I've just been watching, a couple of days ago, watching their videos because they were in Las Vegas. We met Ant just briefly in Las Vegas.
We met Ant. Glenn couldn't be bothered to come and meet us.
He was busy packing. So anyway, if you haven't checked out Ant Glenn's YouTube channel, do, because it makes me laugh out loud, because Glenn is grumpy just like Paul, and he pulls the most funny faces. And
me or Glenn?
Well, both of you. And Ant is like very enthusiastic and a little bit sort of can't shut up, sort of a bit like me. But they make a great couple for watching on the TV, because they just make me laugh. And they stayed at the Circa in Las Vegas, which is one of the newest hotels in downtown, where it's quite mad and crazy. And it was interesting to hear their thoughts on that. And they've got lots more videos coming out because they got married out there. So if you aren't following them yet, do, because I'm really looking forward to their series that's coming out. So one down.
No, one up now.
That one.
Yeah.
Yes, Janet, could you send me the pre-registered form for the group because I'm a newsletter subscriber? Certainly. You should have had it on the newsletter that I sent out. If you've only just recently subscribed, it should have been in the when you sign up, it should be there. However, if it's not there, no problem. I will. Can you email us on paulandcarolloveTotravel@gmail.com and I'll send it straight out to you. So that's not a problem at all. And we're just talking about, Kevin's just sharing our MSc. Life with parts of the MDR food is much improved. Well, that's good to hear then. Yeah, and that was what we went in at Holla. So let's see, because time's are ticking. So let's have a look. There was a thing about Thatcher's Gold, wasn't there, in on the group cruise, and I can't see it.
So Kevin B, no Thatcher's Gold in New York.
I know.
Oh wow, well that's what I better
cancel.
Better cancel the upcoming holiday then.
But that's not the bucket cruise.
Oh no,
that's a different one. We got a very exciting, busy summer actually. Well, it's been mad already this year, hasn't it? But we've loved it. So. Yes, that's a good point from Travel with Johnny and Will. We've done 4 cruises with MSC. We usually book Oreo experience that gives you anytime dining in a small dining room, so the service has been great. Yeah, MSC do different packages. They do the Fantasia, don't they, Oreo and all those different packages. So do check that out.
I think when we did Virtuoso, we got invited to Yacht Club for a day. We stayed for 3 because we wouldn't give them the visitor's card back. And what we experienced was fantastic. But once you've done that, it's very, very hard to go back to what we'd like to call cattle class. Yeah. And we spoke to people who just gone normal, and they said some nights you take an hour and a half to get in the dining rooms. But obviously, we're only on what people have told us. I didn't find we did the main dining room when we were on there, but it was gala night, so it's hard to say whether, and this is, excuse the pun, they pushed the boat out because it was gala night, but we didn't find really anything that much wrong with the food. It's just all the queuing that we're concerned about, because when we went on there was only 1,000 people.
Let's see if there's any other questions before we sign off. Tina has not had a good experience with Igloo either, and that's Dan sorted out those issues. So Travel with Johnny Moore says here too. Let's not forget to hit thumbs up. Yes, please do, and share the love with Paul and Carole. Cheers, guys. Right, I think we're gonna have to let's just go down and make sure we haven't. Gavin's asking when is our I've got another banner. When are you going to more videos on YouTube on wherever we've gone on? Our videos coming out on Friday. Let me see if I can get it up. Look at this, Paulie. Oh, where is it?
She hasn't made it yet.
I have. Look, that's our episode that's out on. I can't get that off as well.
It's out on Friday.
It's out on Friday, as you can see.
So get that.
So
can you get rid of that now, or is that there forever?
There we are. Woo! See, even my So yes, and if you haven't already seen, we've got a balcony and we've got 4 videos already out. So. There we are. So let's go back to see. I've seen another comment there.
Ant and Glenn are better than Ant and Day.
Who said that?
Marco.
Where's that? So yes, they are funny. And hope they're coming on a group cruise. That would be great if you could join us, guys.
And I have to say, Ant is a lot taller than he looks on the television.
Yes. He was actually. That's very true. Anyway, we've taken too much of your time already. It's nearly 10 past the hour. Sean, I was wondering where Sean was. Great Live just popped in 5 minutes and still at work. But thank you guys for popping in and joining us for a fun hour as always. We are back to our regular Thursday night slot next week. And like I say, we've got a special announcement of our bucket list cruise that we're doing 2 weeks. Well, it'll only be a week then, and some special guests to chat to
so
too.
We've got special guests next week, next Thursday. Yes, okay.
But I'll be scheduling the live for that. So thank you so much. Anything to add, Paulie Morgan?
No, thank you very much for watching, and see you next week.
Yes. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.